As somebody who's played music pretty much for my entire adult life, everything I've learned translates a lot into the creative aspect of what I do. I feel like I'm able to stay true to what my tastes are because I've had so much experience doing that with music. My name is Tepe and Teranishi is my brand. I've been handcrafting my leather goods here on Vashon Island for a couple years. I'm really big on simplicity. And I think that's tough. Simple is hard, I think. It's a lot of times more challenging than complex. To take something that's simple in aesthetic and also in function and make it work and work well. A big inspiration for me, design-wise, I think is architecture. The challenge for me is to translate that into the goods that I design and make. With Teranishi, I do everything here 100% by myself. Sometimes my design ideas go beyond what I can do here in the shop. And so it's always really nice to be able to collaborate with other brands that are doing wonderful things, like Ebbets or the Hillside. I find Vashon Island to be a really inspiring place to be just in general. I think it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly how it translates into the goods that I make and design here. But I think it's more just kind of an overarching lifestyle influence. The materials that I make my goods out of is obviously of utmost importance to me. And so I take a lot of care in sourcing the best materials that I can possibly find. And that means, for me, ordering direct from a couple tanneries that produce domestically here in the US. I'm always trying to find different and new ways to make what I work with special. I've been experimenting with dyeing chromexyl leather, which is an exclusive leather that Horween makes, with real, natural indigo dye. I'm on the second batch now, and I think it's something that I'll keep doing in small batches. I think one of the really beautiful things about leather goods is that it translates to all different kinds of terrains and atmospheres and urban or rural. I feel like they can be just as home in New York City or in Seattle or LA or wherever. Teranishi goods are being carried in J.S. Homestead in Tokyo, Hickory's in Brooklyn, Trove up in Pennsylvania, and here on the West Coast there's a new shop called Tradesman in Venice that just picks some stuff up. I think the difference between handcrafted goods and stuff that's mass manufactured, there's kind of a soul to handcrafted goods. And I think the best way for me to describe it, I think, is to kind of compare it to music. You can have a record or recording that's chopped up and quantized, but in the end that doesn't translate. There's not a soul to that. And I kind of feel like that's the same with handcrafted goods.